Alright, welcome back. And hello to all the new subscribers. I'll just get my gear on here. And we got a garbage mail run to go. Oh. Plus I'm going to test to see how hard the snow is, whether I can walk on it or not. Oh, I got something in my boot. I'm not allowed to do that. Oh. Okay. Put the slippers up so the dogs don't get it. We still have no heat. Alright. Get all this stuff organized here. Welcome back to Sheepy Hollow. I'm going to do something a little different today. I already took the camera all the way up the road to put the garbage up, and I yammered for a while, and guess what? The freaking thing shut itself off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let my screensaver go, and I'll talk about what I have on the screensavers going on. I used to have this car, and not that color, but a 1969 Dodge Charger. It was pretty nice. This, I don't know why I got. Maybe for hanging something up. I don't know. I would like to get a nice greenhouse someday, and this is the idea of one of them that I've seen. And a lot of these are just ideas, and I'll capture the picture. I do love my Jeep. I used to have a Jeep. And this one here, I took the picture because of the way they have the bumper. I've been trying to find one of these hair pieces up here for the longest time to help me cut onions better. I think that might be a way to go. Of course, I don't drink anymore, but I thought that would be something simple to make and give it to somebody for like a Christmas gift. Of course, we're trying to get the dogs hooked up to the various equipment we got here, the wagon and the tubs. And I was looking at that to see if I could get somebody to make me it. Here's a nice little setup if you've got yourself a wood miser. But the idea behind this one is just the building itself. I like the tires on this one. That's why I took a shot of that. But I don't do much off-roading and stuff like that anymore. This here fridge is a huge fridge. In our pantry, that and its mate would fit nicely. And I'm pro-military, pro-veteran. I think it does a good thing for us. Here's the new Jeep all decked out. That's kind of cute. The only thing I don't like about it is the canvas cover over the top, because I had one of them. This is the door that I wanted for our front door, but they wanted quite a few $1,000s for it, so I never did get it. And the only thing I don't like is the all the windows everybody can see in your house. That's not sure what that one's for. And here's another one of these cart ideas. And I'm just going to talk along here to see if this thing shuts off. And then I'll make a video with it. And then if you have an old tub, you can put that in there. And I don't know how well you need short sunflowers for that to work. I've got one of these spray cans, but I haven't been able to kill no freaking weeds, especially along the side of the garage. I like that knife. I don't have one of those, but I do have many like that. I like the combination blade because you can cut rope with it. And here's a nice idea that's simple. When I was looking at building a woodshed, this was one of the possibilities. And this is one of the ideas where my bird feeder came from. I'm going to see if I can make something for underneath to make it harder for them to climb up. You'll see lots of pictures of Jeeps. I like this one because of the light bar across the top. Now this is a brilliant idea. I did something similar to that to get a moose in the back of the truck by myself once. And I would love to have a cabin someday, especially over the hill. This was for putting cans of pop in. I never did get around to making it. It's for cans of any kind, actually. And I've made quite a few benches, but this is not one of mine. It's not a bad idea. Now there's a nice rugged Jeep for going around out in the bush. I like the push bar in the front to help keep all the leaves off. And I took this picture here. This is Jake and Nicole. He's a YouTube guy, just to see how he put his roof on there. And this one here's a table I thought was kind of neat that it's suspended in the air. I don't think I'd ever have that. And here's a cheap do-it-yourself using pallets and a couple of pieces of wood. So you can make them pretty cheap. Each cinder block's probably about 10 blocks there, so you got $100 worth of blocks. That's kind of nice. They're using that. We could use that for the rototiller, the lawnmower, and stuff like that. We already have some of these shelves, and we have. They come from IKEA, and you can use them for putting plates up against the wall. I do like this. And the idea behind this one was to build that out there as a big bug house somewhere. But that's pretty pricey. That's a $25,000 jobby. And then there's another cabin in the woods. This would be like in Quebec. They don't have huge mountains there. I do like that Chevy truck. And this guy here's got the way he keeps all his wood. He keeps the little pieces in that small piece and the big piece of plywood in that tall sheet. I like that idea. And here's, we were going to build a log home at one point. And here's the most deluxe one you can get. And I can't remember, this is just a pot, and then there's somehow they got a cover over the top of it, like a serving tray, so that you can use that for out there. I love this truck. This is a nice one. And all the different kinds of apples. My favorite's the Fuji. It's the sweetest and the juiciest. And this was made off of a engine, an airplane engine, a turbo or turbine. There you go. The only bathtub we got in the house now is upstairs, but who knows, Christmas gifts. This is how they trap deer. That's all cedar tips, and the deer will go in there, and then all of a sudden the thing will fall and get trapped. We're looking for a new kitchen table, and this is just one of the ideas that we've seen. And of course, some more benches. I don't think this would be very steady. And this one here is because we need to get some stairs to go to a couple of places on the property. One to get up to the gardens and one to get over the hill. This here is something that not this particular picture, but in the Philippines, we were at a place where they had lots of awesome furniture made from big stuff. This is one of those things you can buy the bricks and you get the steel ring to make a fire pit. This is kind of neat. I was going to see if my friend was going to make me one. It's for playing baseball, and you use some dice. Then again, here's a fancy looking Jeep. And I do like this cabin here. It's mostly glassed in. All you need is one room out there. And this is a cattle panel used to make a little greenhouse, and I kind of like this idea too. More for my wife, as she's short. And these things here, I don't know how much they are, but for raised beds, this is a good idea. We have a Grand Cherokee because we did have one of these before, and I don't know. There's an interesting bird feeder. I did throw out the white pipe. And I do like these great big deuces that they have, these American, like World War II Army trucks. I like the box in the back of those trucks. There's a nice little cabin. And this is, if you got lots of money for Tupperware, this is the kind of an ideal looking situation. We can't see her too well in our pantry. It's loaded all the time. And there's a nice looking Jeep too. Yeah, if you got cats and you want to give them the wild cats some shelter, you can do that. This isn't too practical. It's only good for one small set. I like how he did it though. That looks like fun. And this is for dog food, but our dogs are pretty smart. They'd probably open up that drawer and just eat it out of there. And I have this, and 22, and some other stuff. That's a nice looking truck, except it's not practical green. You gotta have skills for that. That's kind of a neat way of doing a bookshelf. And I'm not sure what this was all about. And this is the pallets for that wood shed that the guy made earlier. It's a good idea too because they get a lot of breathing from below. Now I would like to make a pig pen, and I thought about making something similar to this top one here. Just put a bunch of pallets up. Got an old wood ladder. That doesn't look too bad either. It's on the floor here. There's a hunting blind. Oh, what's all this? Oh, I bought a couple of hookeroons. There's a kitchen. I kind of like this idea in a bit. We might, but you never know. We don't have a traditional stove. It's separated. Oh, I like the way he did with the horns there and the nice eyes. And this is made out of PVC pipes for plants that like to climb. And you could use this for beans and everything else. Doesn't that look kind of like familiar? That's what the new woodshed kind of looks like. And I'm quite happy with how they did the job. Our harnesses that we have is more like a dog sled harness instead of those. And I got this picture because just using a forklift and the wood miser, you got a way of picking up the woods. And I got this because the guy down the street there, he makes signs. And there is a mall crawler. And then high security for chickens. But it's best to move the chickens around the yard if you can. It's nice looking, that one. And we were looking at another wood stove at one point to put, but we never did. There's a nice little, you can move these chickens around. And this is global forestation from the University of Maryland. And this is a dampener on a stack that a guy uses for a smoker. And we'll see how old my grandson gets and whether I'm fit enough to be able to help him. We could make something like this for him to play on. And here is a corner idea. Of course, you can only use those drawers when the other ones. We've got one of those wagons. We got a dog that size, and I do love Newfoundlanders. The toilet seat. See how the rim is? A lot of the seats will sit there and the bolts get loose. There's another bench. This is a rocket stove, and you cook on the top. You put all your wood down in there. I don't know how well that would work. I thought that was kind of cool. What you could do with baseball bats. You can make a Canadian flag or anything out of that. Just how you paint it up. This is the kind of truck I thought showed my granddaughter that she should build. She's a licensed heavy-duty mechanic now. Oh, there's Sheepy Hollow. Anyway, that's enough. The camera didn't die. So everything seems to be working all right. Smoking Joe's. I like that smoker. A fella down the street, I was trying to tell him that he should do that. He wanted to be a chef. This is kind of nice, how it's all walled in with blocks. And adapting a chair to a swing. These are all possible ideas to make stuff out of. There's a beehive, or for like a bee place, bee house. And on that note, I'm just going to cancel out here, and thanks to all the new subscribers for coming along. And we'll see what's cooking tomorrow.